It's prom, right? I had the Chrysler 300, tuxedo, three-piece joint, right? Down to the shoes. Because y'all know in Black America, we dress from the shoes up. You dig? So, boom. Everything was lit. Dog. Shorty was dressed and all of that. You know what I mean? She looked at alright. Compared to the other girls at the prom. What up, Clutch? Compared to the other girls at the prom, she was like a 6. Because there was some shorties at the prom that was pow, pow, killing it, right? And I was just like, whatever, right? We just want to enjoy our night and shit. And so, boom. We show up at the prom, son. Why the prom get canceled? No cap. The prom gets canceled because like a water main broke at the school or some shit, right? This is facts, man. And that girl was so upset, right? Let me tell you how fucked up this shit was. She was upset like a motherfucker. And, I mean, rightfully so. Rightfully so, you know what I mean? She got all dressed up and everything and shit. And, I mean, she was really distraught about that shit. So I just got over this shit like, sure, there ain't nothing we could do about it. Like, I mean, we can go out dancing if you want to, but but the prom is over. Shit got canceled. And so anyway, that was that. And she was so upset that she didn't want to hang out with me that night. You know what I mean? She didn't want to hang out. Yeah, it was senior year. She didn't want to hang out. She just wanted to go home. So boom, you know, young Boogie whipping the Chrysler and shit, right? Whipping it, whipping it, whipping it. I pulled up at that crib like, all right, get out. Real talk. It was kind of fucked up, right? But it wasn't no, I pulled up at a crib like, all right, get out. And, but before she got out, you know what I mean, she gave me some head and shit in the car, right? And this was like really not a romantic night for her and shit, man. Like, this is real fucked up shit. So she gave me some head in the car, and I actually walked her up. I walked up to the steps at our house, and like her parents was home, and like our sister was home and shit, and so we couldn't do nothing in the bedroom, cause I was gonna get the telly. I had the telly on standby for that night, but I'm gonna tell you why I ain't go to the telly in a minute. So y'all gotta follow this story. So I'm like, yo, fuck this night, right? So she gave me some head in the car, and I ended up fucking her on the steps. Like as soon as you walk into her crib, it was like these steps and shit. And we ended up fucking on the steps. Was what it was. You know what I mean? Young Boogie being young and wild. And that was that. That was her prom. You know what I'm saying? She got a chance to fuck Boogie on the steps and shit. So after that though, it scared me because she started crying. Like, if this is a real bad night for this girl, so I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like, oh, come here, boo-boo. You know what I mean? So I hit it with the come here, boo-boo. Like, it's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Kissed her on the forehead. Go ahead, go to sleep. So I takes the whip. I'm flying home, right? I'm flying to the crib. Because I got to take all this shit off. The three-piece, the shoes, all that shit, right? The tie. To put my regular clothes back on. Because I had called this girl named Michelle. Now, Michelle was my baby. But Michelle had a boyfriend. Y'all follow me. Michelle was I love that girl. I called Michelle, and I said, yo, meet me at Valentino's, right? So she met your boy at Valentino's. Yo, what up, Gab? So boom, I flies to the crib. I mean, put on my street clothes and shit. So I runs up to Valentino's. It was me, Michelle, her homegirl Janae, which was fine too, and my cousin Tavon. Right? We up there full deep, bugging out in Valentino's and shit, right? And Janae really wasn't giving my cousin a lot of flavor, but it just was what it was. I guess he ain't really shoot his jumper right. And she was fine too, man. She was real fine, but at the end of the day, you know, the Bug Meister was chilling. It was me and Michelle. Because what happened was this. I met Michelle early that school year. And I seen her every day. Michelle would have her hair done. Every day she would have her hair done, fresh every day, looking good. Skin was clear. She was just a little cute little muffin baby. And hold on, man. I got a lot. I'm gonna get to this story. So boom, she was just real cute. So I was in a class with her, first period, but we ain't sit by each other or nothing. So one day we just happened to be passing each other in the hallway. Boom. Y'all know the Bug Meister had to get that. So I'm like, hey, what up? You know what I mean? Da 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 da. First thing, hey, you got a boyfriend? She was like, yeah. And her boyfriend was this local big head nigga with a thick mustache. I never figured out why this dude never trimmed his mustache up, man. There's like a brim on his lip and shit. He sold weed or whatever. He was like a little knucklehead and shit. So I'm like, all right, whatever, right? Dig. But at least I cracked at it. She was like, yeah, she got a boyfriend. And she really loved her boyfriend. Wink, wink. But you know, they had been with each other for some years, man. So I just started flirting with her throughout the days of school and shit. Started flirting with her. Started flirting with her. And I ended up getting into a fight with her boyfriend, but I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. Ended up flirting with her, you know what I mean, throughout the school year and shit. And so we finally just exchanged each other phone numbers and shit. So we would text or whatever. And you know what I mean, he was cheating on her, she was talking to me. So it was just a big hodgepodge of fuckery, right? So boom. Here's what happened. One day, because we didn't really have a way to like get up with each other outside of school because her boyfriend was gonna find out. So one day we both hooked school, right? This is facts, man. I put this shit on God. We both hooked school, son. And I'm with Michelle. That's my little muffin baby too. Dog, she came to the crib. And I'm a young boogie too, man. I ain't had my dime game in order. I'm just learning this shit. You dig? I had the house clean. My sister was at work. I had the room clean and shit. You dig? All that shit was spiffy. Got over that motherfucker. Payal. Son. We fucked all morning. And this was real rap. And Michelle had these big watermelon jug titties on. We fucked all morning and laid there for the rest of the day on some real romantic shit. Thanks for the super chat, Edward Bailey. On some real romantic shit. Like, I love that girl, man. This is no cap either. I had grown to really love Michelle, man. That was my shorty, man. So here's where shit got crazy. She had been getting mad phone calls from her boyfriend all day. So she just cut her phone off, right? She just went on to cut her phone off, you dig? Real talk. Like, she just went on to cut her phone off. And so she cut the phone back on around 3 o'clock. You know, when school was supposed to let out. Mad text messages and shit. So everybody in school knew that me and her hooked school on the same day, right? We both hooked school on the same day. You dig? So 1 + 1 is always 2. It was some ill shit. Some of the best sex I ever had as a youngin' too, man. I mean, we fucked all morning. And just laid there naked for the rest of the day, like just laying there on some real You dig? Log cabin type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the vibe and shit. That was the ambiance. And she just laid on my chest all day, man. We ain't moved, dog. Um, I'm gonna keep it a stack, man. I love that girl, man. But anyway, so obviously after all of that happened, it was gonna be hard to come back to school and see her boyfriend, cause her boyfriend knew, but he ain't know, but he knew. But here's how I fucked up. I'm gonna tell you the part I played in it, dog. She started sitting next to me in first period. She sat right next to me, dog, every day. She sat right next to me every day, right? She just went on and moved her whole chair. So I'm up in first period with my feet kicked up like I'm him. Just like this. Hold on. Yo, I had my feet kicked up like, bitch, I'm him. You dig? That's how my feet was kicked up. I'm him. Even the teacher, even my white math teacher, because it was math class, even my teacher knew what was up. But even he was like, yo, Boog, you him. Because he ain't know how I swindled that. With her boyfriend right down the hall, he was like, yo, nigga, you him. I'm like, bitch, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? I am him. Real big confidence booster for me too, man. Real big confidence booster for me with the women too, man. Me pulling that off. Because her boyfriend was hawk eyes on her, man. Hawk eyes, right? Yo, where Jay Sean at? Like Miyagi say, always licky eye. You dig? So, boom. Obviously, after that, I mean, real talk, man. I was in first period with my feet kicked up like, bitch, I'm him. So after that, I mean, obviously after that experience, man, I really just started liking her for real, for real. So one day, I grabbed Shorty's phone. I grabbed Shorty's cell phone and shit, and end up texting her boyfriend some dumb shit. Like, real talk, man. That's when I was really feeling myself, man. Real talk. I was really him. I text her boyfriend, no cap. This my bitch now. Dog. I left out first period, go to my locker to grab my books. This nigga coming down the hall and shit. And I knew it was on. The nigga came down the hall. It was like, yo, it's time to get popping and shit. We just started throwing hands. You know, high school, a fight only gonna last 10 seconds before they break it up. So what happened was, we just threw some hands, but somebody grabbed me and threw me to the ground, and they didn't grab him. So he kicked me in my chest. So it made it look like he won the fight, but realistically, nobody won the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, man, that was one of the most wackest moves that I ever did in my life by doing that, because I violated the code. But I mean, I was serious, man. I was like, yo, I tried to deal with the terms of us sharing her. I couldn't share Michelle. That was my little muffin baby. I said, nah. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to sabotage this. I was like, I couldn't share the bitch, man. She put that woo on me. I could not share the girl. I said, fuck it. I text the nigga, this my bitch. And he knew who it was, because he came right to me. He came right to me. He came right to me, son. And, you know, got suspended from school and shit for like 3 days. That shit ain't spill over into the street, though, because it just was what it was. Like, yo, once I sleep with your girl, nigga, you in my back pocket. You can take it to the street, but your pride and ego still done. You in my back pocket, dog. Like, what you gonna do, shoot me? No, you're not. From a distance, may not look like a village, but get up close and you'll see. Shorty got the little buzz cut with the onion. So, anyway, so yeah, like I say, that was that and shit. But I couldn't share the girl. I was like, yo, nah, man, I ain't sharing Michelle. Michelle used to come up, I mean, because I used to work at Burger King at the school. She used to come up to my job, her and her homegirls and shit. She would sit there with me on break. I'd be snacking on a chicken sandwich or something. You know what I mean? I'll like invite her to the back where like the employees was at. You dig? We'd be up there tongue kissing and shit. That was my little That was my little rider, man. Um, I love that girl, man. And I ain't want to share her, man. I say, fuck it, I'm just gonna sabotage everything. If I can't get her, he can't get her. Plus, I ain't like his mustache either, so it's another reason to fight the nigga, because I ain't like his mustache. So, boom. You know what I mean? That was that, man. And I'm way off of the prom story and shit. But Michelle was the prom night. Anytime that I can kick it with Michelle, it didn't matter to me. I was taking that, man. I ain't give a fuck. Nigga, I would have dropped anybody off to kick it with Michelle, dog. Real talk. I would have dropped anybody off to kick it with Michelle, man. Michelle was fine too, man. She ain't have the biggest ass on her, but her titties made up for it. But anyway, so that was that. So after the prom, you know what I mean, I dropped Shorty off. I go kick it with Michelle. So we all up at Valentino's cooling and shit. So I drops everybody else home. Dropped my cousin off. Dropped her girl off. Now it's just me and Michelle driving all night. Yo, you gotta understand the vibes, man. You know the Boogmeister gonna put you in the vibes, huh? Gotta understand the vibes, huh? Dog, we driving all night, dog, to like 3:30 something in the morning. Just driving the city. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what kind of music I was playing. I probably had some old J or something. Just driving the city, dog. Driving the city. East Baltimore, West Baltimore, Inner Harbor, up and down. Just driving, man. You know what I'm saying? Good breeze and shit. I got my seat laid back. I got Michelle right here. Life is good. You dig? And granted, she's still with her boyfriend at this time too, because they never broke up. They took some breaks, but they never fully broke up. Like, you know how that go. Like, he ain't about to let that pussy go, because you got the Boogmeister in the background. But yeah, I'm just driving the city, right? Driving in the Chrysler. It might have been a Chrysler or a Dodge. It was either a Chrysler or a Dodge and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like a Chrysler or a Dodge. But anyway, so we driving the city and shit. The Boogmeister got the seat laid back and all that shit, man. I got Michelle with me. She up on the arm of the Boogmeister like this. Like, yo, life couldn't get no better and shit. Motherfucker about to graduate. You know what I'm saying? All that. I had that J playing. I'm like, yo, man, life is about moments, dog. And that was a moment. So, me and Michelle kicking it. We never made it to the telly, because me and Michelle was supposed to go to the telly. But we ended up driving so long, right? We ended up driving so long around the fucking city that night. And she had to get home. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't supposed to be out that late and shit. Granted, because she was a year younger than me. She was in the 11th and I was in the 12th. So, you know, she had a curfew. She hanging out with this savage named Boogie. So we driving. So I said, fuck it. Pulled up at our crib and shit. You know what I mean? Went on, banged it in the back seat. I hit 2 on prom night. But I'm telling you, man, Michelle was... To be honest, man, my senior year, I had 2 of the baddest chicks in school. And I ain't just saying that. Michelle was in the 11th grade. She was like top 5 baddest in the 11th grade. And I was dealing with this girl named Joy. Joy was in the 12th grade with me, and she was like top 3 of the baddest chicks in the 12th grade. I was really on my dean. Like, real big confidence booster, man. Like, when you can fuck the finest chick in school and shit, real big confidence booster. So, boom. But Joy was a big hoe. Like, that's a long story and shit. Ended up finding out later some real fuckery. But it didn't matter because I still had Michelle. Michelle was on my even until I left for basic training. Even when I came home, I kicked it with Michelle. And then it kind of just fizzled away because of, you know, lack of contact and shit. But I'm telling you, dog, I'm telling you, man, that girl, I love that girl, man. I love that girl so much, I text her boyfriend and say, this my bitch. In high school. The nerve of Cboogie. I ain't give a fuck. I love that bitch, man. And she was real sweet. She was real sweet with just a little bit of ratchet on her. See? Yo, so you gotta understand. Hold on, man. Let me see what time it is. See, Michelle was real sweet with just a tad bit of ratchet on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't ratchet because she come from a good family, but she know what ratchet look like, and she can give you a little snap every now and then, right? Thanks for the super chat. You dig? So she understood what it was. You dig? Like, she understood what it was. So yeah, man, like Michelle was the best, man. Like, that was the highlight of my senior year as far as girls. And I had my fair share that year, man, but I was fucking chicks at the stock room at